So yesterday I found myself at Nothing But Cakes. And I didn't have a video for this week, so I was like, oh, you know what? I'll film this little shop and I'll put that on the channel. And then I had another idea. I was like, why don't I just explain to them, tell a story about how I ended up at Nothing But Cakes. And I could serve two purposes. I can make my video, I could tell a funny story, and I could highlight a couple businesses here in the Valley. So let's get into it. A couple weekends ago, I went to see the movie Creed at AMC Theaters on Tilghman. Movie was fine, popcorn was good. You put your own popcorn and salt and stuff at this theater, FYI. They even have a little bar in there if you're interested. This theater also has the big, lay-back, relaxing chairs. My chair was broken. Womp, womp. But all went well. Movie was good. Leave the movie. We go to the Thai restaurant that's right there in the same plaza. Would you believe there's actually another Thai restaurant right across the street, and they are both equally good? But that's not really a part of the story. Okay, so that was on a Saturday. Sunday, one of my friends reached out and we were gonna hook up and go to dinner. She chose the restaurant, Cumin N Eat. I had never been before. I wasn't really sure I wanted to go. I don't know how to eat Indian food. This is all that's going on in my head, right? But I'm like, okay. Then she told me that, another friend was going to be joining us that I didn't know. So I was like, I'm not going to push the envelope and try to get everybody to change to go, someplace else. But as I'm getting ready to head out the door, I realize I can't find my wallet. So after checking all the places that a wallet would hide, I realized, when was the last time I saw my wallet? Oh my goodness, at AMC movie theater. Have you ever tried to call a movie theater? Yeah, no movie phone guy. It just kept hanging up. I was like, what in the heck? So I head on over. And let me tell you, this was a lesson in patience because the gentleman was asking me a bunch of questions and then his manager was asking him a bunch of questions. And finally, they found it, my wallet, with everything intact. Woohoo! So I kind of peeked in the book to see who turned it in, and it was an employee. Her name was Zasia. So I have my wallet, crisis averted, and I head over to Cumin N Eat. The third person who's going with us, her name is Laura, is a regular. So she knows the owner, they know her, and I don't even get a chance to read the menu. Well, I did read it, but I didn't know what I was doing because I have never been to an Indian restaurant. And she's so familiar. She just says, feed me. And, they just asked us a couple questions like, what do you guys like? Do you want spicy? Are you have any requests for any particular protein? And that was it. And then they brought us food. We had a chicken dish, a cheese dish, and a shrimp dish, as well as the naan. And the garlic naan was incredible. And I really just had a lot of the basmati rice with just kind of like a spoonful of all of the different food styles. And it was delicious. Another point that I want to note is when we went in, we were like the second table. When we left, all the tables were full, and on top of that they had that one of those like garage towers, the shelvings, and I believe that's where the DoorDash and Uber Eats people come in to get the food. And rotating door, I mean, they have plenty of delivery business. So if you're into Indian food and you're listening to this video and you're in the Lehigh Valley, definitely check them out. So the following weekend, I go back to AMC and I tried to take Zasia some flowers, but she had called out that day. So I brought the flowers home, and then on Sunday, I went to get Nothing But Cakes. Guess what? They're closed on Sunday. So I couldn't take anything to Zasia that weekend. And the next weekend, I was right in the plaza. I had her card in my car, and I still forgot to take it. But this weekend, that was the first thing to do on my things to do list. So that's how I ended up at Nothing But Cakes yesterday, because I went to go get, a small thank you for Zasia, who turned in my wallet with everything intact. She is really the star of the story, right? And while I was there, I wasn't convinced I wanted to spend the extra like $5 to have them make it pretty, but no, it was definitely the right thing to do. It was so cute. So I stuck my little card in the envelope and off to visit my new friend Asia at AMC Movies. You tell them what you want on the card. I put your one in a million. I thought that was sweet. They also gave me that cute little mini clothespin that they clip it onto the cellophane. And I thought that made for such an adorable little thank you gift. Well done, Nothing But Cakes. And it just so happened that the manager was working the ticket booth, so I explained to her my situation, everything that happened with Zasia. She was smiling, I was smiling. Zasia was coming in later that day. Hopefully she was smiling, and that's it. So in conclusion, nothing about real estate this week, but more about the wonderful businesses here in the Valley and the wonderful people who work for those businesses. Thank you so much, Zasia, for turning in my wallet. You saved my skin. And thank you everybody for watching. If you want to come to the Lehigh Valley and meet and live with these lovely people, I am more than happy to help. This is Tiffany Nelson signing off. Have a great day. Since we're taking the weekend off of real estate, I'm going to queue up a video here about fun things to do here in the Lehigh Valley.